Yeah, we've got 3M that's coming in, Andrew. So let's take a look at 3M shares, check out what's happening. The company coming in with numbers that are better on both the bottom and the top line. They came in with an adjusted earnings number of $2.38. The street was only looking for $2.15, so that is a pretty handy beat. Revenue also better than expected, came in at $8.6 billion versus the $8.4 billion that the street had been anticipating. Mike, I'm going to ask you if you can jump on this. I'm looking for Thompson to try and get some earnings per share numbers for the full year. I'll give you the guidance, and maybe you can back me up, tell me how that matches up, what's there for that, and sales. For the full year, the company's saying that they're looking at $9.20 to $9.70 in terms of earnings. For sales growth, they're looking for 5 to 8% growth. So I don't know what the estimate is. Again, this machine's on the fritz right now. Yeah. 920 to 970 for the full year. How's that match up?
That pretty much does bracket what the consensus forecast is for 2021. Looks like 950 for the calendar year. So it's essentially, right in the range of what they were looking for before. So it doesn't seem like, really an alteration of guidance, but certainly with, kind of an endorsement of the consensus at this point.
Which, I mean, that in itself, I guess, is saying something. It's been a long time since we've really heard from companies that are willing to say, here's what we think is going to happen in the next quarter, let alone for the rest of this year, because things have been so difficult to kind of get your arms around during this pandemic to see where things are headed. I'll tell you about a few comments from 3M just in terms of what the company's saying. They say over the past year they've done 3 things, which is help the world manage through the pandemic. Of course, 3M makes things like the masks, those N95 masks that have been so hard to get a hold of. They also say they've positioned themselves for growth in 2021, and that's going to be the story that I think a lot of investors start to look at. Not only was a company able to pivot and keep up with what was going on, are they able to make additional capital expenditures to make sure that they can grow? One of the things that 3M says they're doing is announcing a $100 million investment that is included in their 2021 CapEx guidance to try and further reduce water usage and improve water quality around our manufacturing sites. So at least looking at things beyond just what's been happening with COVID. The CEO does say that while economic uncertainty remains, they posted organic growth in all of their business groups and geographic areas. You saw these earnings per share, and they also talked about how they distributed 2 billion respirators in 2020, half of those in the United States. That stock right now up by about 2.3%.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.